since 2014 I'm doing sound installations that are more or less connected with the topic of water. And then the idea came up to say, let's follow the river Spree, which goes through the whole city, and let's explain in a way the history of the city following the river.
Sonja came up with the word rhizo as being a very fashionable structural device in Berlin at the moment. So I thought the poems would be structured like rhizomes. You know, these plants that have tubers that sort of then grow another one and then like ginger. Yeah. To the edge of forbidden waters.
Andreas sang, a 6-year-old. Janyave Kata, aged 8, who'd gone to feed the swans.
So each sequence will be on a topic and a period in history, and there will be a linear thought, the story of whatever it is, cholera, but I would interrupt it. So I got my own way, at the same time as make it more accessible to a listener. So the interruptions are the little images, which may or may not, but they might be completely contrary to what you've just heard, and be a super break, or they may echo in a weird, metaphoric way what's being said.
Sleepwalking through the Tiergarten, the rain is a dervish in a trance.
So I went out twice. I went out, the first year I went out, spent a lot of time with Sonja. She was still taking recordings of rivers, so basically I just went round with Sonja to the places she had to go to do her recording. So I got a very unique view on both the canal. There's there's several big canals in the area. It all joins up to the sea system and to Poland. So we were going to look at sluices and dams, places I'd never heard of, could possibly even got to, without a local person there being with me, which was amazing. So there were 6. I've stuck with the sequences of 6, and each one of them has a theme.
I was really mesmerised by the sound of water flowing. It's one of my favourite sounds because I live beside a small burn and I walk along there almost every day. So it felt lovely, and I thought it was very, very ambitious to give as though it were the whole history of Berlin through the waters of the Spree. I just thought it was a very imaginative and very ambitious thing to dream up.
It was me that said, I've got to cover history. So in the end it was from glacial times, the origin of the river and its bed, and then the history through Victorian epidemics of cholera, right through to the invention of the sewage system and pure drinking water so that cholera stopped, and then through of course the Nazis, the Cold War, and then the coming down of the wall. And of course the River Spree was part of that boundary. It wasn't just the physical wall. So all these things, it was a wonderful way to focus, because you can't do the whole of the history, you know, but having this focus, it had to be with water, and it had to somehow, the River Spree, all its canals, or even the unseen sewage system, which is water below.
The river is a bird sleeping on the wing.
For me, it's to do with the relationship between the rivers and the landscape. But hidden within that, there is a memory, but it's much more of a deep time memory. It's a kind of geological level. And one of the things I love about rivers is they draw and they sculpt in the landscape, and they move.
And we encourage people to go out with it. Maybe this is not clear. If you borrow an umbrella here, maybe you think you have to stay in the building, but in the building most of the time it's quite noisy. So go out with it. It's made for strolling through the town, and this is how the installation works. You can create your own sound space with it. And we have seen people in Berlin sitting in front of it, hanging it up in a tree, or let it mingle with other soundscapes, you know. But this is how the installation works, because it's a half-open space that is created.
So when you walk around, the noises of the outside merge with it. There's one. I went past this machine on a building site. I thought it was part of the actual sound installation. It sort of really musically merged into it.
What I love about rivers in cities on a summer's evening, lazing on the banks, after spend, the sense of space.